What is up, guys, and welcome to the video. So today I want to do kind of a quick rundown of the whole raid boss trick that I did in my last video of the Iron Forge raiding. But basically, I mean, a lot of you figured this out, kind of figure out what I've been doing, but need a little bit of explanation as to why it's working. But here I got some target dummies. They're basically level 85 target dummies, and the thing you gotta remember about these is when you hit low level targets nowadays, you get scale damage. So my Arcane Explosion is hitting these guys for ridiculous damage. And that basically just kind of multiplies over with your leech. The damage that you do is healed back to you, and if you're getting multiplied damage on the target dummies, you're going to get way multiplied heals back on you. But right now my leech set I got about 11%, and that's just kind of from accumulating gear over the seasons by spamming PvP like beyond my weekly cap and just doing random arenas here and there. There's really no easy way to farm it. You just gotta play the game, and that's the only way you get it, kind of like the legendaries. And yeah, just kind of hold on to any products you get on the gear that are, decent enough item level. Like here I got an 885, and that's about as low as I'll go for gear item level with a piece of leech on it, because at that point I'm losing a lot of health, and I like to have that, comfort base health just to kind of fall back on. But from there, let's talk about the legendaries. Obviously, I'm running Bellovere for the OP absorption. That shit is just really overpowered in world PvP. And then right here I'm running the Mystic Hilt. Now this is good for two reasons. One, because it's got haste, and haste is the only piece of gear in my normal set that I don't have, or my leggings are the only piece of gear in my normal set that don't have haste. So I'm able to keep my haste up there, which is really nice. Like, you don't want to sacrifice too much of your haste to go for the leech set here, otherwise you're just going to be kind of really sluggish. I mean, you'll probably survive, but you won't be able to do as much and go out for the single target kills when you need to. But from here on, it's basically, just kind of Arcane Explosion on target on top of the target dummies, and then using Arcane Barrage to refill your mana with the legendary leggings here. And basically that's going to let you do it forever. Like, as long as you never get silenced or stunned, you'll basically never die unless you get like 3 or 4, or I guess 4 or 5 really strong DPS on top of you. But another thing is, if you're facing a lot of like melee heavy people, if you're 3v1ing a bunch of warriors, demon hunters, and monks or something, you're hardly ever going to single them out. Most of the time you'll just be cleaving them down AoE style, because they're going to be on top of you and you're not really going to be dying, and over time, like, it's not going to take that long if you have a good amount of gear. Like, they're just going to die eventually from cleave, and it's not like they'll be whittling down. Like, they'll be hurting, especially since your barrage, like from the artifact talent, not the resonance talent here. Yeah, I mean, you could pick resonance up if you want to. I still prefer to go with charged up, just so I have, that single target potential if I need on-demand burst. But from this one up here, yeah, arcane rebound, so you're doing that AoE detonation every time you send your barrage into, and that's just going to wear down any melee besides tanks. Tanks we'll talk about at another point, but that'll take care of any melee on top of you. Now, say you're going up against a few range classes, like you have a Marksman Hunter and Frost Mage with like maybe a melee DPS or tank on top of you. The only time you really want to go away from the target dummies, because these things are pretty much what are keeping you alive, is when you have an out. Like, let's say that target dummy over there is a mage, and I need to single him out. I just need to get rid of him. He's doing too much damage. So basically, I just build up my missile stacks, Arcane Explosion, and then I'll wait for either Temp Shield or have my displacement ready. Just pop Temp Shield, blink out, then pop my burst on this guy and just get him down really quick, and then you'll have displacement to get back. And at that point, even if my displacement got dispelled, I still have greater invis wall with the blink I could do to get back. Or, I have Ice Block or my Trinket to fall back on. Or if I really need it, I could do my little Nitro Boost on my belt and just run back to the dummies, get back as fast as I can. But that's kind of the key thing with this, keeping away your position, make sure you have, a way to get back to these guys. The only other way you're really going to die is if you're caught in a stun or silence. Now, silence shouldn't really be a thing unless it's like a Shadow Priest or just any general blanket silence. But stuns are going to be kind of your main killer, because those things, like, obviously you only have a trinket once every 2 minutes unless you're, running the old style blink, but I still really don't like to use that just because it sets your only way to get out of, your only mobility is on a global cooldown, and it just really sucks. So I still can't play like that. I've tried, but it just doesn't work out that well. And yeah, it's nice having that shimmer to get away quick, do some bursts, and then you're right back on the target dummies, saving that extra time. So next here, I kind of want to talk about the inner city buffs, or the inner city target dummies, because obviously you're not going to be sitting on the target dummies the whole time. Nobody's going to just come to you straight there, and people are going to figure out that you're pretty much invisible by these guys unless you get stunned. So what I like to do is if I'm attacking in the inner city and trying to bait people to the target dummies, is use the food buff Bear Tartar. Now this will give you a sprint every time you kill an NPC or an enemy, and this will work on any level NPC. So I mean there are plenty of low level NPCs around the city that you can just kind of one shot for not only the leech but also get a speed buff from, and this stacks with chrono shift. So basically if you find a low level NPC and you can throw a barrage on them and get the speed boost from the food buff, you're basically going to be kind of a little speed car for about 5 seconds, and combine that with Shimmer and it just really makes it easy for you to get away from people and just top yourself off. But aside from that, it's kind of the only downside is you have to basically be moving around all the time. Obviously you can't stay in the same place for long because you're going to run out of NPCs to kill, so with this technique you're going to be basically kind of moving from position to next position, just working your way back to the training dummies. And yeah, other than that though, I mean that's all you really need to know for this technique to work out. Basic rundown: avoid stuns if you can, try void casting or getting locked out because that'll really hurt. And from there, just kind of be aware of your positioning and always have an out to get back to training dummies, and make sure you have a low level NPC you can barrage for the speed boost and also the leech buff. So, but that's really all you need to kind of do this technique. I know I had a lot of fun doing this all the time ever since I kind of built up the leech set and got this all kind of squared away and got this technique kind of perfected. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, you can do this anywhere where there's NPCs, or even in Elwyn Forest you could attack low level critters or NPCs and just kill the wolves, get your leech buff off them. And it's just fun. At this point it's kind of up to you to figure out where you want to do this, find out what targets are nearby they can heal off, and just getting familiar with the locations. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you can have some fun with this this little, I don't know what you want to call it, technique before the expansion's over. So till next time guys, this is Sparta.